Hey guys, it's Whitney here. As promised, I had been requested to create a collage video for you guys. A couple days ago or last week, I had shared some blank white canvases that you guys can use to build collages or cards or something that will give you a starting point. And they're all basically regular portrait common sizes. So today I'm going to show you guys this collage here. It's a block of 9 that I created in just about 5 minutes or a little bit less actually. And I want to show you the tips that I have for you to be able to create this. I'm going to do it a little bit faster so I don't have you guys here too long and do a block of 4. So it'll be the same concept, same idea, but give you guys an idea of how to do this. So bear with me here. I'm kind of whipping this out for you guys pretty quickly, but let's see what we can do. So those the blank white canvases that I gave to you guys, they're pinned to the announcements if you don't already have them, but one of them is an 8x8. So I have an 8x8 canvas here. It is sized 8 inches by 8 inches. I want to go ahead and do a block of 4 on here. So in my head, I'm going to do a little bit of math before I create my canvas since I'm going for a certain look. If you want to just wing it and throw images on a page and move them around, that's totally fine too. But here I specifically want these to be square and to be all lined up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep my images before I create my collage, okay? So you're gonna wanna add your effects. So all of these are actually already finished. They already have the effect that I want on them. And then I would also crop them before I put them onto my canvas because I need squares. So I don't want to rely on a crop through export. I would wanna control the crop. I'm going to cheat for this video and use export since these are pretty centered. I think that cropping out of export is going to be okay, but normally I would take each one and develop, crop it the way you want it, bring it back to browse, and then we will take them out or export them out for the collage. So for sake of hurrying, I'm going to grab my 4 favorite shots here. I'm going to open up my export. We're going to pretend they're already cropped square, but I'm going to go ahead and let export do the cropping for me. But I'm going to make them width and edge, photo size turned on. I'm going to go 4 inches by 4 inches. So I need 4 4x4s to be able to fit on my 8x8 collage. I'm going to make them a JPEG and use the color space that is appropriate for whatever you're using your collage for. If you're going to post it on the web, use sRGB. If you're sending it to a lab, make sure that you're correcting that. My lab takes Adobe RGB, so make sure that you're adjusting that. And then save that into a folder that you can get to. I typically will make, I have this saved on my desktop into a folder called sample collage so that my images are gonna be where my collage is so I can get to them easily. So I'm gonna go ahead and export those 4 shots out. And then we're gonna head while that exports, that should be done here in just a second. I have a folder on my desktop here called sample collage. Give those just a second to export. Shouldn't actually be too bad here. There's one. We need one more to come out here in 1 second, and we should be good. Okay, so here are my 4 that I've exported. I am going to select my canvas, my white canvas, and you want that to be your super selected. This is super important because when I pull these in to develop, it's going to set my canvas size to the first image that I open. Well, this is an 8x8 and that's what I need. So I'm going to select that plus the 4 that I just exported out. And I'm going to click on the layers icon. This is also important. If you click on the develop or edit icon, it's just going to open your super selected. We need to open all of these as a layered composite. So I'm going to use the layers. It's going to tell me that it's going to combine them into a layer stack, which is exactly what we want. We're going to hit OK, and we're going to let that open. So we're going to see over here on the right hand side, I've got at the bottom, I have my 8x8 canvas, and then they're stacked each layer on top. Okay, so we're going to want to select one of the layers. So I'm going to start with the first one. I'm going to grab my move tool, which is my top tool over here, and I'm going to drag that image all the way up into my left-hand corner. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to select my second layer. I'm going to drag that to the upper corner. Line it up as best you can. Grab my next layer, and I'm going to move it down to the bottom. And then grab my last one and move my last one. Okay, so I pretty much already have a start of a collage. You can sit here and take time and kind of line them up as you can, as best you can, zoom them in close. I have a request in for some guides at some point, so hopefully we'll get some guides that will be able to make this a little bit easier. But you can just grab that move tool, get them right where you want, get them lined up. And then one of the requests I had was how to add a border or to put lines in between them. So my suggestion for that is to select one of the layers, click on the Effects tab over here on the right, add a filter, and we're going to add a border. And the default border is actually perfect. It's just a white border. If you want to colorize it and make it black, which was one of the questions that was asked, just click on the colorize and you can select any color that you want. I'm going to keep it white for this instruction. I like the white. You can make a couple adjustments here. So on the scaling as well as the fit image, if you want to bring your image in a little bit so you're not cropping as much, you can do that. You can also adjust the scaling so that it's not quite as thick of a border. So I'm going to go about a -5 or 6. Let's do a -6 on that border so it's not quite so thick. So if you wanted to be quick, so if you were doing a block of 9, rather than doing this individually on each one, I would probably create a quick preset that had all of my border settings already in it. And actually I can just do that really quick. Let's do... save settings as a preset. Sorry, go up to your settings tab, save settings as a preset, and then I would just save this as collage border. And I have a lot of categories, so I'm going to save this up at the top so we have a category A so we know where it's at. And just the effects settings are turned on. So now my collage border will be in my preset. So I'm going to open up my preset browser. Here's my collage border. So I'm going to select my next layer in my stack. So as you see, I'm going to go back one more time. When I have that first layer, or did I have the top layer? Top layer selected, you can see that I have the FX border. So as soon as you select the next one, you're not going to have anything on it. So go ahead and select that preset and add it, and it'll add that exact same border, the same settings that we set. Let's go ahead and grab the next one. So this is actually a little bit faster than doing them one at a time. And add your little border on that one as well. So that's pretty much it. I've got my collage. It's done. You can make a few adjustments here if you want. It is a little thicker on the insides than the outside, but if you wanted to move those images in a little bit, you can. This is the same exact thing that I did for the block of 9. A couple other things. So I'm pretty much done with what I wanted to explain, but this is set in, the sizes for this is pretty much set. If you wanted to just move stuff around, you can adjust with the move tool, make things smaller, and make adjustments this way as well. Same thing if you don't have them pre-sized or pre-cropped, you can kind of move them around like this and make a collage. It's a little easier for me to kind of know what I want or what I have planned ahead of time, but this would also be super adorable. We have the new text tool, so just to add a little more color on it here, you can take the text tool and you can add, the person's name if you want, or kind of add a graphic on there as well. If you want to change the background layer color, just select that canvas, that white canvas, go to local adjustments, and at the very bottom you've got a paint with color. You can select that paint with color, and then you can choose any color that you want. Okay, and then I'm going to invert the mask. And when I do that, it's going to change the background color to be whatever color I've selected. So that's your quick and easy way to make a fun little background if you want something other than just white, or you can do black. Black would be another common one, so we could do something like that as well. Okay, so that is how we create a collage. I am happy to answer questions. I know this was kind of quick and dirty. I did a little bit on the fly here, but I hope that helps. Thanks guys for watching.